Hey everyone, so I'm just here at home in my kitchen. No one is home right now. Everyone went out and I'm really lonely. So I'm about to make lunch. It's already 2:30. I was filming all morning, so I'm just going to make some lunch and I thought I'd just do a little Q&A or a quick chat with you guys. Sound good? Yeah. Today's lunch is going to be this. These are Korean cold noodles and they're really nice and chewy, and obviously, like the name says, it's cold. There's 2 packs in here. We just bought them from the Korean market, but all you have to do is boil the noodles, put in the little soup packet. If you want it extra cold, you could put the soup packet in the freezer for 10 minutes, which I'm going to do. And then that's it. Soup packet goes into the freezer. Boil some water. Some noodles. They look like this. While the water is boiling, I'm going to answer some questions. Now, some of these are really old, and I've gathered questions from Twitter, from YouTube, even Instagram. So some of these are actually really old questions, and I've already answered them one-on-one. But in case people were wondering the same question, because some of the same questions do show up quite a lot, I'm going to answer them in video. So Rico asks, does it bother you editing videos with your voice and face on it because I can't even bear to watch my own videos? Haha. Yes, it definitely bothers me so much. I really don't like watching my own videos, and even editing my own videos can be really distracting, and I just don't want to do it, and I procrastinate, which is why I have videos I haven't edited like 2 years later after the fact. If you see any of the Japan videos, they are from the same trip. I've just never edited them, and I'm just taking a really long time and everything like that. So yeah, I watch the videos plenty of times while editing. I don't need to rewatch them after the fact. And once I post them, I pretty much watch it once through to make sure that the upload went okay and nothing is messed up. And then after that, I pretty much never watch them again. Even if I reopen them to add in annotations or notes or anything like that and screens, I will tend to mute the sound so I don't have to listen to myself. I think it's really funny when people complain about my voice. I get a lot of complaints about how they hate my voice, and I'm just like, same. I don't like listening to myself either. Chidan Tan says on Twitter, love your videos about Japan, inspiring me to do my own travel videos. Would love to know what camera you use for videos. First of all, thank you very much, and you should definitely do your own travel videos. I think it's actually really fun to do it. I mean, I think it's a little bit tricky to sort of strike a balance between getting a lot of good footage and also being present while you're traveling. You know, you don't want to be too focused on just getting these shots and zooming in too much. Make sure you zoom out and get like the whole picture. I know I tend to sort of zoom in. I also think that it can be a little bit tricky if you're not traveling by yourself to sort of get people to stop here and let you take video here, and you know, I feel, at least for me, I feel a little bit bad having people stop and, oh, water's boiling. Hold on one sec. This only takes, you only need to boil it for 3 to 4 minutes according to the directions. So this won't take very long at all. I just want to make sure all the little pieces are separated so you don't get big clumps stuck together. Soup pour. Got my noodles and some mustard, which comes with the thing, and my kimchi, ready to eat. Let's see. Let's taste it. get some soup. Really hits the spot, especially on a hot day like today. Cold noodles are the best. I actually really love cold noodles of like all forms, like Chinese cold noodles, Korean cold noodles, Japanese cold noodles, Vietnamese cold noodles. I don't know. I like noodles in general. I like noodle soups. I love hot noodles. I also really freaking love cold noodles. Anyways, back to the question. Yeah, I do really enjoy making videos, and just remember to also enjoy yourself and not get too caught up with the video, though it can be hard because I think that's part of getting a really nice video. I really just also enjoy looking back on the videos, the vlogs, and everything, all the pictures, and remembering what a good time I had. So anyways, to actually answer your question, the camera I use is a Canon GX7, and I occasionally will also use GoPro. You could notice when it's a GoPro footage because it's super wide, but majority of the time it's the GX7, which is what I'm filming on right now. I'll leave a link of it in the description down below, but overall I quite like it. It's very good quality. It has a flip screen so I can see what's going on and what's in the frame. A lot of people do complain about focusing, which I also do have an issue with, and it just apparently gets worse over time, but overall I really enjoy this camera. Peter also asked a couple of really cool questions. Sorry, Bonka, my cat is being a crazy person with a box. Anyways, he asks, first of all, he wanted to know if I went alone, and a lot of people also asked that, and yes, I was traveling alone. I do have solo travel videos talking about safety and whatnot and how to enjoy your time, so I'll link those in the info cards. This side or this side? I don't know. But yes, I was traveling alone for half the trip, and half the trip I was with my friends. He also asked a couple of other questions, which are what city/museums you want to visit next, what uncommon food would you want people to try, and would you recommend me buying this super expensive book about Japanese art history. And then he also adds, are you still working on the series on Japanese art? No pressure, I understand that this is not your full-time job. So I'll answer them in order. So what city/museums do you want to visit next? I actually have a trip to Paris coming up, which I'm really excited about. I actually studied abroad in Paris, so it's not really a new city to me, even though I don't know it super well. I'm still really excited to go. But during the trip, I want to actually take the train to London, which I've never been to before, and I really want to go because I just have a list of museums I want to go to, and I really want to go to Tate Modern, and also London has a ton of really great museums. I'll have to see which ones I go to because I'm going to have limited time there, but I'm really excited about London and the museums there. What uncommon food would I want people to try? That's hard because I think I definitely try a lot of really strange foods, and I do think some of the stranger ones are a little harder to handle than others. I think a really easy one would be pig's blood, which is something you could get at dim sum or at hot pot, and it's literally a congealed blood, coagulated blood, I don't know. It's solid, it kind of has the texture of a firm jello. They will have, it comes with sauce and sort of onion kind of thing. It's savory, and yeah, I think it's kind of a fun texture and it tastes good, and it's not too scary looking. I think things that look like what they are, like chicken feet or intestines, are a little bit harder. So if you want something sort of uncommon but approachable, I think pig's blood is, it might be the one. But then again, I think the mental thing about eating blood is kind of hard for some people, so yeah. I would actually be curious to hear what you guys think. What kind of uncommon food would you want people to try? And I also want to know, like, what do you think I should try? So let me know in the comments down below. Next one, would you recommend me buying this super expensive book about Japanese art history? I'm not actually sure what book you're talking about, so you might need to just leave a comment clarifying, but I do like all of the books that I mentioned before. I think the Japanese art history by Penelope Mason, I think, wasn't too expensive. I did buy it used, so maybe that's why I don't think it's super expensive, but also it depends if you can access it, like if you can buy it in certain areas or not. But yeah, I do like that book, and I don't think you need a specific type of book. Obviously some books are better than others, but you know, don't break the bank. Like, don't spend more than you need to spend or want to spend. So yeah, just because money is money. And then the last one, the Japanese art series on Little Art Talks. If you guys don't know, it's my art history educational YouTube channel. And yes, I'm still doing it. I'm working on Edo, and I know I said I'm like almost done, but it's a really long video, and I've been like dragging my feet on editing it because I don't know, I need to do it. I will do it one day, I promise. Another person, I thought this was really funny, and Anonymous says, she's Asianese? I thought she was white. What? Anyways, yes, I'm Asian, and for all the people who are curious what ethnicity I am Chinese. I'm Chinese American. My parents are from southern China, Guangzhou, which is a city in the Guangdong province. And my dad immigrated to America through Hong Kong. He lived in Hong Kong for a while, and my mother joined him when they got married. Someone asked, just curious, so did that humongous light bulb turn out to be just fine? Actually, it worked out really well. Oh no, what have I done? The lighting is actually really nice on my videos, I think, because it's just huge and there's a ton of light, and actually when you're doing video you need a ton of light. Alex Povolowski, I don't know how to say your name, I'm sorry. He says, great movie, but sushi, isn't it? Sushi? Yes, I got so much hate on the sushi debacle. Yes, I pronounced sushi really wrong. I kept saying sushi, and it's just something, I don't know why, but I think my mom must have done it when we're growing up, because my sister does the same thing, and we never really realized until I did videos that I was saying it incorrectly. The same thing with chocolate. I always say chocolate instead of chocolate. Chocolate or chocolate. Anyways, I kept saying chocolate instead of chocolate, even though I can say them. I don't know why. I'm like really strange, I guess. But yeah, I'm trying. I don't know. I'm trying to fix it, but sometimes habits can be hard to break. Try my best. I am more self-conscious on camera now, so maybe that'll help me. Yoshi said, what a mouth-watering video. Now I'm craving for quality sushi. Besides this video opening, vivid colors, framing, and everything looks so professional. I'm new to your channel. Are you a designer? And thanks, Yoshi, that's really nice. Yes, I kind of am a designer. I have always been interested in graphic design and visual things in general. I went to art school. I actually had multiple jobs during college, throughout college, where I did a bunch of design stuff. I was an art director of a magazine. I did graphic design for the performing arts. I did posters for the architecture school. I also had an internship, photo editing, product image. So I did a lot of really random things in the realm of graphic design. So yeah, I really do put in quite a lot of effort in the colors and stuff like that. So I'm glad you're enjoying them. Thank you so much. Noodle break. By the way, if you have any suggestions of things to do in Paris and London, please let me know down below. And also food. I would love to know where to eat, especially in Paris, because Paris, I did study abroad, so I did a lot of the main touristy things that you have to do in Paris. So I'd love to hear what else I should do on this trip. Pracid asks, can you read Japanese language? And I actually took, I think, 1 or 2 years of Japanese in high school. It was a really long time ago and I was a really bad student, so I really did not remember anything, but I do think having that little bit of basic knowledge was helpful. I do know how to read hiragana and katakana, and I know very little bit of kanji just because I know some Chinese. So it helped a little bit, but when I could, I would ask for menus in English just to like make sure I knew what I was doing or getting myself into. Jerry Wang asks, do you have an Instagram? And yes, I do. It's right here. Mr. Coolbub said, discovered your channel today. Awesome content. Thank you very much. I've been there twice, but I didn't get a fortune. Very cool. Do you live in Japan? And no, I don't live in Japan. I live in San Francisco, California. I did go on a trip to Japan, which I vlogged very heavily, and I'm just slowly editing it, even though it's been 2 years. It's really bad, I know. Which is why you'll see like I look different, my hair is different or something like that in various videos. Sometimes I just have a lot of footage that I haven't edited and I just finally get around to it. But no, I don't live in Japan. It would be really cool too, but yeah, I live in San Francisco right now. So BQ44 says, hey Karen, is your family from Jongsan? Or why would you guys go to this obscure and somewhat unknown city? So yes, I actually do have family in Jongsan. My grandparents actually were born in Jongsan and then they moved to Guangzhou. So that is why we went to Jongsan. We still have family there, and also my grandparents have my grandparents were buried there, so we visit them and their graves. Hono, he says, Karen, have you ever been to Hawaii? And no, I haven't. I really want to go. It looks so beautiful and I think I'd really love it, but not yet. Hopefully one day I will. Hot Schmoes says, how do you get the chance to travel so often? And actually, again, I don't travel a ton, again, because I have footage laid out. It looks like I travel a lot. I think the key to traveling more in general is just figuring out a key, like a smart way to budget, and making it a priority. Just doing the work of researching how much money you need to save before you go is really key, and also being really smart about not needing to spend a ton of money to travel, like finding cheaper ways to get there. Oops. Everyone sort of has different ways of their ideal travel itinerary, and unless you really want to like go really fancy with your meals, really extravagant or anything like that, it doesn't cost a ton of money. You could always find budget options and find cheaper ways of busing or taking public transit. Sort of figuring out what's within your means, I think, is really important. So those are the questions I have for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any other questions, leave them down below, along with A, what unique food would you want people to try, and B, any recommendations for Paris and London. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!